Welcome back, coders, to another quick video. Today we're taking a look at Persona 5 running on the Asus ROG Ally. I am very new to the Persona series, and I gotta say I've played for a couple hours now and I think I'm hooked. I've been looking up how long this game is and it's a little intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. I'm hearing on the shortest end like 75 hours and the longest end up to 200-300 hours just to play through the main story. And if you're a completionist, you're gonna go way beyond that 200-hour kind of mark. So it's a little intimidating, but I'm excited to kind of check it out. So I decided, why don't we just go ahead and see how this game performs on the ROG Ally, the ROG Ally. The cool thing is it runs really well. We are in one of the more demanding areas of the game that I've been in so far, and as you can see, we're still easily cruising past 60 FPS and into the 70s and even 80s at times. When we look down this lane where there's a billion NPCs, it does chug a little bit down to 60, and we are on the turbo mode, so that is something to keep in mind. So let's go ahead and just listen to these people. What I will say is that this game will run at very low TDPs, and you don't have to mess with many settings. So we're not going to really dive too much into the exact settings, but I'll show you what I've got just so you know where I'm at. So system, I'm going to go into config, and then we're going to go, which by the way, the menu systems are so sick in this game. Graphic settings, I'm at high, 100% rendering scale, not messing with the screen brightness or anything like that. 120 hertz frame rate limit, SMAA is anti-aliasing, and depth of field is on high. And that's all you can do, really. Display resolution is at 1080p, full screen mode, monitor 1, and VSync is off because I have it set in the AMD settings to VSync on for everything. And then the one other feature that I have enabled is the AMD RIS, which I've talked about in a few other videos as well as over on the subreddit, is just a miracle worker. You can see at 1080p, I don't know if you could tell, but on a full screen thing, you can see it gets significantly softer. So if you like a soft image, don't enable this, but if you like a sharp image that brings out the textures and everything like that, it's going to go ahead and do a little sharpening pass and make it significantly more impressive looking to me, especially when you start blowing it up on a bigger screen. I think it's kind of necessity. On top of that, AMD RIS doesn't have weird requirements in order to enable it. This game doesn't have FSR 2.2 or anything like that, so you kind of have to make do with what you have. However, it runs really well, and as you'll see, power profiles aren't going to dramatically affect it all that much. So let's go ahead and move on a little bit. I don't know exactly where I'm trying to go. Oh, perfect. I apparently ran into a castle last time. As you can see, we're up to 120 FPS, 100 FPS, 90 FPS inside of a classroom, which is significantly better than what it was. He's gonna be teaching me the rules of society. Okay, perfect. 365 disappointments. Beautiful. How depressing. This guy's a jerk.
What's the answer?
I have no idea.
Do you know anything?
Oh, see, I knew. See, I'm the best, and that's why you guys should trust me when we're talking about power profiles. So while we're sitting here on this conversation, let's go ahead and mess with, oh, it's going to keep going, mess with some of the power profiles. So I'm going to move it to silent just to see what happens, and as you can see at 1080p, it's going to struggle mightily. Oh, I skipped all this. Now I feel really dumb. I'm going to have to not save any of this stuff. Oh my gosh, I missed so much time. But it looks great here. Unfortunately, we lost our area to test it with, but you're going to see that it struggles quite a bit. Okay, let's get past this conversation scene. Hopefully it's not, I didn't enter into a super long one. I want to have control. Oh gosh.
With all those action.
Sorry, I have a photo shoot today.
That guy's a creep.
Hey now, being a model's fine and dandy, but don't work your pretty little self to the bone. You mentioned you weren't feeling well, right?
Even still though, if you don't mind playing it 30 to 40 FPS, you're probably going to be fine, even on silent mode. This game is not a demanding game, even though it can look quite nice.
It's got a criminal.
Thank you. Please
So let's go ahead and see if we can change the settings. Hopefully it's going to let me have control back soon. Oh my goodness. This is the one thing.
I want to talk about that cat. I tried telling myself it was. I can't act like nothing.
Yep.
I want to find out what's up. And you know, you're the only. Nice. Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and change our profiles. Silent is totally playable. I would say that it's going to struggle in certain places. I would drop it to 720p if you're having issues there. We're gonna go up to performance though, and you're gonna see the difference here. So just keep an eye on that FPS. It'll shoot right back up into extremely wonderful territory. Let it settle though to 15 watts while we play.
We should just try and retrace our steps from yesterday. In the meantime, you're walking to the station, right? Let's go together. Let me know if you
Sweet.
notice any other weird buildings on the way.
So at 85 FPS at 19 watts, it's just running extremely well. This is one of those games that you can play on the go for a long time, and that's good because it's an extremely long game.
No time. When did they build something like that, though?
95 FPS at this angle.
That way
Insane.
from here, right? Don't be like that. It'll be over quick.
Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble
All right,
again.
This way. Let me know if you notice something. Huh? We're at school. There wasn't anything out of place along the way, right?
Nope.
Didn't see no castle.
Everything's normal, buddy.
We must have made a wrong turn somewhere. Let's try again. Don't worry. Let's go. For real?
He's losing his mind. Oh no, I'm getting sucked into the game. This is bad.
What do you think? I already did that, but I didn't see anything like it around here. Huh? Phone. Hey, that reminds me. Didn't you have a navigation app thingy on back then?
Yep.
You didn't notice? I heard stuff that sounded like one coming from your phone.
Feel like he knows
You know,
something.
didn't it say stuff like returned to the real world or something like that?
I have
Leave your
one
phone for a
more
bit.
power profile we'll check out in a little bit, and that is my 13 watt custom profile that I've been running for a lot of games. It gives me a ton of time on the battery and also gives me good performance. So
Wait, what? What a weird app.
so we finally run down to 15 watts actually.
I knew it.
For about 2 minutes, this device will will boost up 5 watts
Oh man, I'm so genius.
on every single profile.
you
So
did.
it makes it a little bit difficult to test sometimes, but you can see 15 watts, 60 FPS, still running perfectly.
Why? All we're doing is starting an app.
Kamoshida, Shujin Academy, Pervert, Castle, beginning navigation.
Uh-oh.
There we go. And then we went in a certain direction and... Hey, what are you... Huh? What the hell?
Well, we're going into another dimension, boys. So this looks like a pre-rendered cutscene. And now we are at the castle.
Look, it's the castle from yesterday.
So totally playable at 15 watts, but you can go one step further. You can take it down to my manual mode, which is actually a 13 watt profile.
That means what happened
And
yesterday
let's see if it settles immediately or if it takes a while. And as you can see, we're still locked at 60 pretty much, with a couple dips, but on this display you can't tell the difference, and that's huge.
Outfit. You like it? What's going on here? This makes no effing sense at all.
Hey,
Look at her, she's so
stop
cute.
making a commotion.
You?
The shadows started acting up, so I came here wondering what it could be.
Well, there you go. Played a little bit of Persona 5, which is mostly cutscenes, but even still, you can see it runs extremely well, even all the way down to 12 to 13 watts. I highly recommend you make a manual profile for all your games. You'll be surprised at its performance the moment you cross that 13 watt into that 13 watt threshold. That is where the device has a happy medium of being able to overclock the GPU and you overclock the CPU as needed. Anything below that, the system seems to starve the GPU, which can cause dips in frame rate. So make sure to keep it locked to your game code, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and as always, stay classy, coders.